This is The Gist, the essential podcast for the discerning listener.
Welcome to The Gist. I'm John.
And I'm Mary. It is Thursday, August the 6th, 2026. Let's get right into it.
Today we're looking at trash, specifically high-tech trash. The United States is cutting off China from American industrial refuse.
That means a strict ban on exporting two key things: lithium-ion battery waste and tungsten waste. According to the Wall Street Journal, it is a deliberate pivot toward self-reliance.
Exactly. Washington is basically saying we will pay more at home to keep these materials here. They want to fully untangle American defense and advanced tech from foreign supply chains.
Think of it like a greenhouse for a new industry. By stopping these scrap sales to the open market, the United States is forcing a domestic recycling industry to grow.
Scrap is now a strategic asset. We used to worry about who controlled the physical mines. Now, the geopolitical bottleneck is the recycling plant.
Right. Right now, Beijing dominates global processing. If the United States keeps exporting this waste, they are literally handing their main rival the raw materials needed for tech dominance.
So Washington restricts the market. Why? Because it needs that captive supply to feed its own brand new processing plants.
It's a classic power move. Control the resources, control the future. It actually echoes 1940. Back then, Washington embargoed scrap iron to slow down Japan's military expansion. Today, they are securing supply chains for future conflicts.
Moving to the global overview. Let's talk artificial intelligence. The White House just gave a security pass to open-weight artificial intelligence models.
For context, open-weight models are artificial intelligence systems where the core settings, the parameters, are made public for anyone to use and modify.
The White House is exempting these United States-made models from pre-release security reviews. Who benefits here? American developers. The government wants to focus its cybersecurity microscope on closed private models instead. It's a calculated risk. They want to balance safety with fast innovation to outpace geopolitical rivals.
Speaking of heavy tech investment, Alphabet just locked in $115 billion in demand for a new bond sale. Bloomberg reports this massive cash influx will fund their hyperscalers.
Hyperscalers are those massive cloud computing providers, like Google Cloud. They run vast global networks of data centers. Alphabet is doubling down to secure digital real estate, even though Wall Street is getting nervous about how much money rivals like Amazon are spending on the exact same thing.
Finally, let's look up. Way up. NASA astronaut Adam Furman is currently flying aboard the WB-57. It is a highly specialized research plane.
It flies at extreme altitudes. These flights simulate the pressurized environments of space. The goal is to train crews to handle the exact systems they'll use on the International Space Station and the Moon.
Let's bring it back to Earth and look at the European perspective. Big news from Kiev. President Volodymyr Zelenskyy says Ukraine is building its own ballistic missile defense system.
German broadcaster ZDF reported this. It's a massive structural shift. Ukraine wants military self-reliance. They are trying to cut their vulnerability to the wild swings in Western politics.
But doing this is incredibly hard. Building a domestic missile shield takes massive amounts of money. It requires complex supply chains, and Ukraine is trying to industrialize its defense sector while actively under fire.
Exactly. And these homegrown systems are largely untested against advanced Russian hypersonic weapons. So, for daily survival, they still desperately need proven Western systems like the Patriot.
Over in London, the FCA, that's the Financial Conduct Authority, the United Kingdom's financial watchdog, is rewriting the rulebook. They are easing corporate listing rules.
The goal is simple: bring life back to London's capital markets. Too many companies have been choosing to list their shares in New York instead. The United Kingdom wants those initial public offerings, or IPOs, back on their turf.
So they are lowering some regulatory hurdles. It's a deliberate choice to drop some corporate governance standards to attract big money and compete directly with American market liquidity. London wants the capital flowing back across the pond.
Lastly, a legal block in the Alps. A Swiss prosecutor's office has formally rejected the Italian government. Italy wanted to join as a civil party in the investigation of a deadly fire in the Swiss town of Crans-Montana.
Italian business newspaper El Sole 24 Hour reports this exclusion is a big deal. It denies Italy any formal legal leverage. Swiss authorities are keeping exclusive control over the investigation and, more importantly, over who ends up paying any financial damages. That brings us to today's temperature check. Across the board, we are seeing a hard pivot toward self-reliance. Whether it's American battery scrap, Ukrainian missile shields, or British financial rules, nations are pulling up the drawbridges on globalisation. Pure open market efficiency is taking a back seat. Today, aggregating capital and securing supply lines are the only metrics that matter. It's a world prioritising control over collaboration.
Thanks for joining us on The Gist. If you found today's breakdown useful, we'd love for you to get The Gist delivered to your inbox every day. It is totally free, Vel, and the link to subscribe to the newsletter is right there in the show notes. Catch you next time.
The Gist, News Digest, and podcast are entirely written and produced by artificial intelligence. The Gist is out 3 times a day, every day, providing you with a liberal perspective on what to expect next. For more information and donations, visit thegist.online. Thank you for listening.